I hate everything about exercising, but I am starting to see results in my arms. Look at that little muscle poking. Okay, I'm like squeezing with all my might right now to just get that little like doop, doop. So I can tell that exercising is working. So that is good, despite me whining and complaining every time I pull up at the gym. Hey y'all, welcome back. I know it's been a while. I never thought I'd be one of those YouTubers that come on and apologize for not being consistent in posting, but thank you for bearing with me as I figure out how to balance life. But anyway, so I'm trying to create a space where we can talk about weight loss, especially those who chose to do weight loss surgery as their tool. Like a safe space so we can go back and forth, get into the nitty gritty, not really hide any details, just kind of tell it all, safe space for everyone looking either into this journey for themselves or they just want to know more about what it entails just because they're bored and searching on YouTube. So whatever your reason for wanting to know more about VSG, I'm hoping that I'm able to answer some questions and give you a real life perspective on what it's like to go through this journey current, and after you reach your weight loss goals. So I'm going to start with stats. For those who are new, I had my surgery on May 16th, 2023. And my highest weight during the beginning of my liquid diet, which is 2 weeks prior to surgery, I weighed in at my highest at 285. And then on the day of surgery, I weighed 263. And then currently, as of this morning, I weigh 181. And honestly, I like to only weigh myself on Sundays because I find when I weigh myself during the week, you know, it goes up and down, water weight, bloating, whatever your case may be. If you check your weight every day, you're going to get very annoyed. I've gone as low as 177, but if I'm not on that Sunday that I check, I go with that for the week. So this week I weigh 181, but it does fluctuate between 177 and 183. But today, I'm sticking with 181. That's it. Really quick, I wanted to show a video of comparison. I'll show my very first video. I think it was like a couple days before my surgery. I posted a video in a dress that I was wearing back in college when I was about this weight. And I will do a side-by-side in that video. So that's a little bit over 100 pounds over the last 10 months. This month makes 10 months. I wanted to come in and kind of talk about the stats, the mindset shift that has happened. I really thought reaching 100 pounds down was just about to be like the beginning of life. But it's interesting in this journey how when your mind's not so much, after a while, after you're past, you know, certain checkpoints, especially the first like 6 months, and it's just normal now, you're in your routine, you know what you got to do. If you're following your doctor's orders, weight just falls off, and now it's really about maintenance and then building muscle and trying to just find a routine to keep this off. Because my doctor told me that, you know, the first year is like the honeymoon phase. It's just falling off. You're not really putting in much effort. You're just keeping within that calorie count. But after that, especially if you've already reached your initial goal of maybe 100 pounds down, if me and your stats are similar and my initial goal was 100 pounds down, well, I've reached that. I still have a goal of getting to 160, but right now I'm, you know, content. My goal is still 160, but it's 160 and also being leaner as far as building muscles. So it's not, I don't want to be 160 just to see that number on the scale. I want to be 160, but also toned and defined. Like I'm working on my muscles. I don't know if you've noticed, one of the topics I'm going to talk about is loose skin. I do have the loose skin, but thanks to like exercising, it's not as bad as it could be. I did notice this month that if I didn't start working out seriously, this would be hanging a lot more. And then I was also told that, you know, some of this loose skin stuff, we just cannot avoid no matter what. Some of us have had children. Some of us have had hold our weight differently. Like I hold my weight in my arms and, in my hips, but my waist has always been generally a smaller ratio to my body. So we just hold weight in different areas. Some people's arms are just toned automatically. Some people have to work for it. Some people's waist is snatched automatically. Some people have to work for it. Some people will require either being comfortable with the loose skin or going forth and getting the reconstruction surgery. Wherever you are on your journey, it's all okay. It's all up to you. But I think it's important to normalize talking about loose skin. When you lose weight, you're still going to have to deal with something. And so that's kind of where I'm at, which is why I've started to do weightlifting. I go to Max Fitness. I got a trainer. I hate everything about exercising, but I am starting to see results in my arms. Look at that little muscle poking. Okay. So I'm like squeezing with all my might right now to just get that little like doop, doop. So, I can tell that exercising is working. So that is good, despite me whining and complaining every time I pull up at the gym. But I'm excited about that. The reason I got into body comp is honestly for the vaguest of reasons. I've always been like, what's the word? Voluptuous? Is that what we're going to go with? But right now the booty is not bootying. It is not bootying. Like I am just not the same me. And that's a result of losing weight. You do lose some of your curves. And I just cannot accept it. I will do a squat every day of my life to get what I had back. But isn't that crazy about, you know, I know God laughs at us. We get something, but we want something else. We're just never content. But I know that I can work a muscle back. You know what I'm saying? So that feels good. But whatever. I digress. Hair loss. This month brought on hair loss. So as you already know, I did by choice cut my hair off in January. I had no hair loss issues, whatever. But in February and March especially, I started to notice that my hair was getting thin. Like right here, I've never had thin hair. Never, ever, ever. I always had thick, long hair. But I have thin spots right here in the front. And that's never been an issue for me, especially right in here. And of course, my glasses probably rubbed that off. And then right over here, I experienced major hair loss. So I went to the barbershop, told them to cut it off. Give me a cut. I've always wanted to go to the barber and get like a cut. So I got that. But that made me realize that there's something lacking. I haven't had my labs yet. I'm supposed to get some next month. But I do know for certain, and I'm going to be honest with you, I have slacked this last maybe 6 weeks when it comes to taking my vitamins and my calcium chews and getting my protein in. And so, I mean, in 1 month, I've lost so much hair, so much hair. I mean, so much hair. So, I got back on my game. I'm taking my calcium chews. I don't know if y'all are familiar with this. I'm not brand loyal, but right now these taste pretty okay. They're the sour grape ones I've mentioned in old videos. I use these to pour in my juices. It's just a protein drink by Berry Life. I get my iron from here because I am anemic, so I do need extra iron. So I just take an iron capsule. The interesting part of this is trying to balance, and this is why I fell off, because I hate having to time things and think it out. That's why I suck at meal prep. But you cannot take if your vitamin has iron in it, and I like to take the vitamins that have everything in it. So like I'll take the Ultra Solo by Bariatric Advantage with iron, and then you're supposed to wait 2 hours before you take your calcium. So I'll get through all 3 calcium chews. That takes, of course, 6 hours to get throughout the day. And then I'll end my night with my iron. Sometimes, though, I found that if you take this early in the morning, you are done. Like, it makes you sick. So I like to take this midday with lunch. And so I'll start with my calcium. Figure out your routine. That's the most annoying part to me about bariatric surgery, is just you have to take your vitamins for the rest of your life or you'll go bald, clearly. But I'm stepping up my protein game, not only because of the hair loss, but just in general, because I want to build muscle. I'm doing weightlifting right now, like hardcore. And so I know that at minimum, I need to drink at least 3. So I'll drink one of these. I'll drink one of these. This is a Ensure and the Premier Protein. And then on days where I just can't get through that many, I'll just drink one of these. I usually mix this with my black coffee. So I have the caffeine, and it's 0 sugar, 40 grams. So I'll knock this out, and then I'll try to eat the rest of my protein. I try to get to 100 grams. So I know if I knock these 3 out, I'm at 100. I think, if my math's right. 30, 60, 40, that's 100, right? We're going with that. And then that leaves me getting the excess protein from food. I'm gonna be honest with you, food is my struggle. I do not meal prep well. I'm one of those people that would just not eat because my meal prep is terrible. But I've been getting better, and I actually do have videos that I need to post about what I've been cooking. But here is another example of protein. These actually taste pretty good. I don't know if they're gonna get the little, what are, you know, those commercials. If you or your family member have been eating, smelling, drinking, whatever this, and then all of a sudden you realize it's bad later. But as of right now, these taste good and no one's died. So I think these are okay. So if you want to check these out, it's the clear protein. So it's not chalky. It's not, it tastes like you're drinking Propel water instead of that chalky taste, which has been my biggest struggle with protein. Is y'all know I can't stand that milky chalky taste that protein products have. So I've tried this. It still has a little bit of an aftertaste, but it's doable. Another thing I'm doing, I don't know if it works, but I'm doing it anyway. I get my collagen peptides, and this mixes pretty well. I mean, you can still taste it, but whatever. Healthy stuff always tastes weird. So I mix those in my juices and in my waters. I like to use this sometimes just to mix up my flavors. I bought this. I'm not going to lie, I'm not a fan, but someone might like it. You can get your daily vitamin intake with just 2 scoops of this into your juice per day. So this equals taking your vitamins. And then lastly, I just got some pre-workout. When I go to the gym, I take this like 10 minutes before I walk into the gym, and I'm in there. Like, I feel like one of the guys, like, so that's where I am on vitamin intake. My goal is recomposition. Like I mentioned, I want to be a toned, lean, mean machine with a booty, at 160. The reason I say that is because my perspective on having kids has changed. I was team 1 kid only, but now I'm like, I could have one or 2 more in the next 3 to 5 years. So I want to get my body right while I have this tool still working for me. And I want it to be toned so that when you're pregnant and you do gain weight, it'll be more of a snapback later if I feel prepared instead of just letting myself slip into something. You know what I mean? I want to be planned and ready for whenever that happens, because I did not get surgery to go backwards without fighting. You know what I mean? To each their own on that. Let's talk about body dysmorphia. So that's rough. Like, I've lost over 100 pounds. I'm back at I'm smaller than my college weight. And yet I look in the mirror and all I see is like the same person. Like, I still feel almost 300 pounds. And I just don't know how to stop that. Like, I know that my clothes fit. I know I can walk into any section of a store and not have to worry about I'm in a size 11 jeans. Like, what? I wear a medium shirt and I still feel like I'm like in a 3X or in a size 22. Like, it's crazy how your mind plays tricks on you. So I think the best way to clear that up is just to speak nice to yourself. Give yourself space. Don't compare your journey to others. Like, I can see, you know, we all post our stories, we all post our goals and you know, our journeys. And sometimes it's easy to look at someone else and say, oh, I wish I looked like this person. Oh, I wish I lost this much weight as this person. Oh, I wish my skin wasn't saggy. Or, oh, I wish I had less or more of this. Oh, I wish I didn't have stretch marks. Or, oh, I wish my hair was long. Or whatever the case is, when we do that comparison, you're always going to get stuck in that cycle of never feeling good enough. So I have taken this journey as a chance to just express gratitude. Like, I may have lost my butt, but I question myself. I'm like, why did you allow that to be such a thing of beauty for you? Why'd you put so much emphasis on being curvy? there's more to you than that. You know what I'm saying? So check yourself sometimes. It's good to check yourself, or have a close friend check you for you. I'm going to stand up and twirl around, let you guys see where I'm at right now. In my dress, I'm not wearing Spanx, so you guys will be able to see, you know, the real deal. You'll be able to see like any loose skin, anything, you know, to just show the real deal. Okay, here it is with no Spanx on or anything. This is where my stomach is now. And you guys can see that loose skin, but the key to toning that up is just exercising. Another issue I have, I don't know if you see that, but when I wear certain garments, you can see my scars because they did keloid. I have that kind of skin that raises when it gets scarred. So I have those 4 right there. That's always seen through material like this. But yeah. But as far as any other details, I will be posting more. I have got a couple accountability people on Instagram that keep me in check. Shout out to Lucky Doodle. But I am going to be posting more. People have asked for like food journeys, kind of seeing what I'm eating. And I'll post those mainly on my Instagram because it's easier to make a reel for some reason than it is for me to make a YouTube video. But yeah, for now, that's it. I'm still on the track of no kids until after 18 months post operation. So here we are. If you guys have more questions or also suggestions for videos, because it was easier back then as you're going through, but once you've actually hit your goal, it's kind of like, what do I talk about now? Like, I'm not a social media person for real. So like, I see all the other bariatric women and men doing their thing, and I'm kind of like, well, I reached my goal. I guess I could, I mean, what else do I talk about? So help me help you. If you have questions or suggestions of videos or anything, let me know and I'll try and make it happen, okay? Y'all take care.